Hi guys, in these videos I am going to go over how we prep some of our items back here. There are recipe sheets that are down here. You'll find them underneath the prep table. Sorry, I didn't have those ready, but they have all of our recipes on our prep sheets. So those are kept really close to where you make everything. But I'm gonna show you a few of our drizzles. I'm just gonna show you so in this video I'm gonna show you Nutella drizzle, and I'm gonna show you cookie butter drizzle. These are really, really easy, but I want you to watch these videos to start so that you already have an idea with how to prep a lot of our stuff back here. So on Nutella drizzle, this was a bottle that was almost empty. So make sure when you are making stuff, you're not opening something new when there's already something open. We have a big problem with people not checking to see. Because our store, we carry multiple items of this. So we don't just have one bottle, we have like 3 or 4 bottles usually on the shelf. Make sure you're picking a bottle that is already open before you open another one, just so we don't have wasted product. So we're getting about a cup of Nutella in here. As you can see, it's really thick and sticky. So I'm not quite at a cup yet, but you don't want too much that you've made. That looks like about a cup, a little over a cup. That's a good amount. You don't want too much because obviously we don't have a ton. We have one Nutella drizzle bottle.
Yep.
So we don't need, it's not like chocolate where we're gonna be making a lot of it. And so we have one Nutella drizzle bottle and one cookie butter drizzle bottle that we'll be filling up. So you can see that we're not able to drizzle this because it's super thick or it would explode our bottle. So Devin has some warm water here for me. Don't go overboard on the water. We don't want it to take away from the taste of the Nutella. We want it to thin out so that it can drizzle nice. So as you can see, we still have a little in this bottle. It's still good. We go through this really fast. So add a tiny bit of water at a time. And you're just going for consistency. Because it's so thick, be very, very careful when you're mixing. It's going to take a minute, and the water's really, really easy to splash. Can you see this, babe?
Yep.
So it takes a minute.
Most important thing is the consistency, which we'll go over with you when we get it there.
So as you can see, it's starting to break up. So just with that little bit of water, you can see that it's already making a huge difference. So I used not even a fourth a cup of water. As you can see, this is a cup. So you can see the consistency is really, really thin, but it's still chunky. You want to make sure you're getting all of this chunk out.
If you don't get out the chunks, it'll clog the squeeze
It'll clog the squeeze bottle. You want this to look smooth when you're done. So just keep stirring. I promise it'll break up and it'll start looking really, really smooth.
If you want to use a whisk, you can do that too.
Yeah, I have a whisk right there. We have multiple whisks back here, but yep. So you're starting to see how it's smoothing out. Everything's starting to break up. There's still some chunks, so keep at it. You'll mix this for a few minutes.
It's gotta be smooth.
Gotta be smooth, and when you lift your spoon, you want it to be not watery runny, but not super thick. So if you get it too runny, just add a little bit more in. You don't need a lot, just add a tiny bit more in. I'm liking this consistency as it's starting to mix up. It's getting a little thicker and thicker with the water's going into it. So I really like this. I think this will be perfect. You can still see I have some chunks in it, but you can see how glossy and smooth that this is starting to look. So I'm gonna put my spoon down and I'm gonna use the whisk to really mix it up nice and smooth. Get all the chunks out of it. We do the same thing with cookie butter. If you want to add a tiny bit more water in it, now you can see that I need a tiny bit more water. This is the same as cookie butter. You can see that I added a tiny bit more water to get it a little bit thinner,
Nice
and that's
runny.
Perfect.
Not like watery, but runny so you can drizzle it nicely on the ice cream.
Yep, and you can still see that it has a thick, creamy consistency. This is exactly what we're gonna look for with cookie butter too when I show you next. And the thing with cookie butter is it'll lighten up as you mix it. So make sure you're hitting this really, really good, mixing it super good. And then please don't waste product by just pouring this. Let me show you. So you'll take off your lid of your drizzle bottle. If the lid's really dirty, please change it out. So when you pour this in, some things, make sure you're getting it right into the bottle. But this is, please don't just pour and then not scrub that out. That is wasted product. So you'll grab either a spoon or your whisk, hold it steady, and make sure you get all that extra product out of the bowl, because it really does, there actually really is quite a bit left in the bowl.
And if you don't fill up the squeeze bottle all the way, totally fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine if what you mix doesn't fill this up all the way. So you can see that I got it almost to the top, but I still have like a fourth left in the bottle, and that is totally fine. So make sure you're scraping out the bowl, you're getting all that product, and then when you put the lid back on, take your clean rag that's your prep rag and wipe it up. So that's perfect and ready to go.
Yep.
Just give it a little shake.
And then make sure you clean all this up when you're done.
Yep, so this can be thrown away, and then you'll rinse your dishes and put this back on. Okay, so next up, if you'll
Let's do a
rinse these
separate
out.
video.
Okay, hi guys. Okay, so next up is cookie butter drizzle. It is super, super thick. It's delicious. Same thing as the Nutella. You'll clean this bottle out. I'm gonna do the full thing now since there's already a top off, but usually if I'm doing this and it's a brand new bottle, I'll do 1/2 to 3/4 of the bottle for the drizzle. Cookie butter also only has 1 drizzle, so it doesn't need a lot. Also, you can check out our prep area. It's very clean. The table is wiped down. It's not full of crap or food or anything like that. So as you go, please keep your prep area clean. That is really, really important to us, that you have a clean rag and a clean prep area. So this part takes a minute, obviously, because it's super, super thick. We're gonna get all of this in there. One thing with cookie butter, you'll see it as you go, is you want it a thin, bright, light consistency. So if you undermix the cookie butter, it'll look grainy and it'll look dark. We want to add water until it brightens up. So Devin's gonna video this.
It'll almost take like a caramely color.
Caramely look to it. If it's still dark and it's still looking kind of grainy, add a little more water and mix a little more. Make sure you're doing a really good job, because we want our drizzles to have a good texture to them and a good look to them. So as you can see,
Cookie butter usually takes more water than Nutella, just so you know.
I've cleaned that entire bottle out. Please do not waste product. Scrape the sides, get the bottom, make sure you get every little thing out of there. Okay, now I'm gonna add my water, just like Nutella, a tiny bit at a time, so I'll give it a little hit with the water. If you go over and squirt right from the sink, do a little bit of a squirt, let go, add a little more, let go. But I like to keep the water right here by me.
Use a cup. If you squirt it from the sink, you really have no idea how much you're putting in.
Yeah. So you'll just incorporate the water. Like I said before with the Nutella, it's very separated, so don't come in and slosh it around. Water will go everywhere. Just slow and steady at first while the water kind of breaks it up. So you're gonna get this consistency. Keep working the water in, but you can see how dark it is and how grainy it still is. See that? So you need to add more water still. So at this point, let's add a little more water. Mix it in. It's still dark. Still has a thick, grainy consistency. Still mix, still mix. So once I get it in with the spoon, then I'll hit it with the whisk. Still dark.
It is.
Still dark and grainy. You'll notice a difference when we start getting close. So that's still dark and grainy. Still, and so I'm gonna add in a little more water. Let's hit it with the whisk. This is a little different than Nutella. Nutella gets a little chunky. The cookie butter is a lot more smooth as we mix, but the difference is this is still dark. It's looking smooth, but it's still not done. So add a little more water. You'll start noticing it brighten up here. And look how creamy it's getting. It's gotten a lot brighter and a lot creamier. So it's not grainy anymore. It's drizzling really pretty. That's what we want. So once that's mixed in, I'll usually grab my spoon and get the rest off so I don't waste any product. Incorporate that in. super pretty. Love that. Okay, so grab this. Make sure you're using your spoon or your whisk, that you're getting all the extra product out.
It smells so good.
It does smell good. So that you're not wasting any product. So you can see about that much plus a little water filled it about 3/4 of the way. So I'm still gonna take my whisk and work a lot of that product down. So please do not throw away. Please clean your bowls out so you don't waste any of our product. And then you'll grab your lid, your drizzle lid.
We need a clean one.
The lids are right here, just in case. Just a little remember, they're in there. So look how good that looks. Perfect.
Voila. Good job.
Hi guys, so next we're doing dulce drizzle. Dulce goes on our dulce de leche cheesecake taco. So grab our can opener, open the can. This is really thick and sticky. So it is also another drizzle that we add water to thin it out a little bit. Is she here? Okay, I'm gonna hurry. So, hi babe. I'm just finishing a quick video.
Oh, and I'm interrupting it.
You're good, yeah, but you're good. It's just for my team. So once you get it open, you can see how thick and sticky that is. So we add a tiny bit of warm water so that it drizzles out and doesn't explode our bottles. So you'll do the entire can of this and then you'll add warm water just like we did with Nutella and just like we did with cookie butter. There are some drizzles that we don't add water to. They don't need to be thinned out. Caramel, sweetened condensed milk, strawberry. There's a few other ones, but this is the same thing. So same thing as the other one. Empty this can with the spoon and then use the whisk and add a little bit of warm water at a time till you get that drizzle consistency that we're looking for. Thanks guys.